Amazing, bro.
Without spoiling too much, what was his role in the?
He's playing himself.
Okay.
Yeah, he plays himself. He makes a cameo as Fernando. He has a business meeting with the two main characters on a yacht in San Diego.
The rest of you guys are gonna have to watch and find out. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Energy Podcast and the first episode of 2021. I wanted to start off by saying thank you to everyone that supported us last year and is continuing to support us this year as well. To everybody, the audience, the city, guys, we do this for you guys. That being said, if you guys don't follow us on Instagram, make sure you guys go do that right now and do me a big favor and smash that subscribe button here on the YouTube page. Before we get into tonight's guest, let's get some housekeeping stuff out of the way. Coming off No Bad Vibes, you know, the first energy event we threw last year. Guys, thank you to all the small businesses. Thank you to all the vendors. Thank you to all the performers that came out. This is not the end, but the beginning. So make sure you guys stay on the watch for the next video, for the next event coming out. And as well, the recap video and the merch that will be coming out just a moment. If you see me here, rocking the No Bad Vibes tee. And we'll make sure we're going to get that all out to you guys soon. But other than that, guys, let's get into tonight's guest. Woo! Well, guys, I'm not sure where to begin. Our first guest of 2021 is a man with many talents on and off the field. But Brian, what do you mean by on the field? Well, let me tell you. A former professional catcher with a 310 career batting average and an impressive pop-up time of 2 seconds. He's played in many countries, including Israel, Mexico, Germany, and it has even been said that once he hit a home run with 2 broken wrists. Phenomenal, ladies. Aside from being a monster on the field, Alex is now hitting dingers off it. Actor, writer, producer are just some of the ways of describing this man. From being involved with production of Blue Mountain Stays, The Rise of Thadland, woo, guys, I'm sure you remember that one, right? Where's my mojito at? To making a brief appearance on the show Pitch, which aired on Fox. Alex is now promoting his new TV series On Deck, in which he created and stars in, with some of the impressive cameos by Fernando Tatis, Adam Jones, and even Harold Reynolds. It's only a matter of time until you get to see the show in your TV. Ladies and gentlemen, without saying any more, please introduce tonight's guest, Alex Bentley.
Oh, mucho gusto.
Hey, papá, ¿cómo estamos?
What an intro.
Woo, bro, can I catch my breath real quick? Jesus.
Take your time, bro. Where's the other one?
God.
I'm impressed.
Bro, well, we're here, bro. 2021, starting off the year with a bang. I mean, for you, oh, man, there's just so much to get into. But before we get into everything, bro, everything started here in San Diego. So tell us how the journey began.
My journey or On Deck's journey? You want to hear about the show, right?
Yeah, definitely.
On Deck is the baseball version of Entourage and Ballers. It's my COVID baby, my career retirement in pain baby. It's a story not just about a ball player and an athlete who loses everything, but a human being who works his life to create and generate something in his career and his passion, and
of course
gets knocked off his high horse and loses everything.
Hey, man, life goes.
It's a baseball story, but at the same time, Jaws isn't a movie about sharks. It's a movie about a man with something to prove to his family.
There's a story behind it.
So the sharks are to Jaws what baseball is to On Deck.
Got it.
It's a theme. It's a tone. It's part of the character and tonality of the show, but it's not everything. People that aren't baseball fans will still be able to click and resonate with this. People, pursuing their energy, pursuing
definitely
the best of themselves.
And I think that's actually, the biggest thing within the show, besides everything that's happening, just the story and the lessons you're able to learn, bro. What's something that you learned while, creating the show and just coming forth with a whole bunch of people to make this happen?
Not just in the process of creating something, bro, but just in the good movies, the good shows we watch. We learn something, right?
Right.
Even if we just pick up a little human.
I mean, the good ones,
one of the actors, right? Yeah, of course. There's good and bad with everything, but just one human moment with an actor or one great piece of storytelling can inspire us and stick with us for years, like so many have with me in my childhood, which is why I now do what I do. But as far as what did I learn and pick up along the journey and the story, man, just don't give up. Just like this was just a dream a year and a half ago. You know what I mean? Tatis got involved. Sir Darius Blaine from Jumanji got involved. Don Benjamin got involved. Xavier Jimenez, who I met in an acting class, who's now been on Agents of Shield and Agents of Shield and The Mandalorian since.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Is involved. Trevor Wallace got involved. People from MLB Network are now getting involved. One of my childhood favorites, Jerry Hairston Jr., is now one of our co-producers.
What?
It's just been incredible. So, when I started making this, I didn't even think it could get to this point. So that's the one thing I picked up from this process, other than a lot about how to get a TV show and a film picked up in my industry, which is going to serve me for the next 50 years.
Oh, of course, you cracked the
just
code.
From a life lesson, and literally an entrepreneurial energy lesson. It's just don't give up no matter what anyone tells you.
Ever.
When you got an idea that you're passionate about and you know it's for real and you know it's got potential to become what you think it can become, it's now become more since then. This was originally a free Instagram TV piece of baseball content I wanted to put out and just give out for free. And
right.
now, we're talking to streaming services and networks.
Oh, yeah,
so.
Definitely. So what were some struggles, man? I know with everything that, just because people...
Sorry, just that question gets me, man. Every part of it from top to bottom. Sorry. Keep
No,
going.
but just because the reason that people honestly only think that... I mean, once you go on social media, you only see, the good things, the good side of stuff, right?
It's funny we're talking about Blue Mountain State and Thad Castle and Alan Richson, who's the one who inspired me to become an actor. Alan had a post once that stuck with me like crazy, which is spectacular achievement is always preceded by unspectacular preparation. And nobody ever sees what goes into, well, rarely,
Yeah.
They're never with you shooting in the gym. Right?
Never.
They're
That's what I'm saying. They
they're
only
asking
see
for
the
tickets when
end
you make
product.
it. Right.
Not the beginning. How can I support you? No. They just know that you made it.
Right. And look, part of it is luck, but the harder you work, the luckier you get. The more prepared you are, we all know the cliche saying, right?
Definitely.
Luck is nothing more than hard work meeting talent, or what is it? When
preparation meets
opportunity. Right.
It's a byproduct of hard work.
Enough said.
It's funny that you mentioned the whole never give up and just keep going, but that's also kind of the story behind the On Deck, right? Where it's a minor leaguer trying to
within the show, within the story?
Yeah.
It's funny you're saying this.
In a few ways, yeah. It's funny you say that. I had this idea for a movie that I want to pitch to Robert Redford, the creator of Sundance.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was there once at Sundance Film Festival and I found out everything is cash, which shocked me.
What?
And I got this idea of these two filmmakers who get their film through bullshit bureaucracy. They get their film cut from Sundance and they lose everything they've worked so hard for. So they rob Sundance Film Festival the same way the characters in their film rob who they rob in the story. And then it's got a happy ending and Robert Redford comes in and drops the charges and greenlights their film. It's a cute idea. But it's funny you mentioned that because we had a meeting about that the other day.
Kind of the double meaning towards it.
Please, where's the two angle?
This one.
Please do not steal that idea. I just totally spilled
Yeah, I know. I was
the
like, bro,
whole
I was
story.
like,
It's all good, bro. I got 7 or 8 more.
Hey,
great
there it is.
ideas.
You got it locked up in the bolt. So,
Editing.
let me throw one more out there that it's like, I dare one of you to take this idea.
hey, Marcos, write it down.
Remember Like Mike with Lil Bow Wow?
Yeah.
I want to do the baseball version with Mike Trout.
Oh, like Mike, baseball?
Dude.
Okay.
That'd be cool. There's so many ideas.
I've got a slate. Don't get me started. I'll spill the beans for everybody because I'm so passionate about these ideas that I can't help
Well,
but
that's kind
talking
of a
about
great
them.
segue as to how your creative process
Yeah,
works.
exactly, brother. How do you go about coming up with these great ideas? Well, usually I sit down in my living room and I...
Well, it all starts with a cup of tea. No, just kidding.
Basil.
Tell you the truth, man, that's a great question. I don't really know. I mean, I live and breathe it. I'm always having ideas that I pull over to write down or record or...
I have to send him a hand, bro, because I'm like, I'm going to park this one right here, bro. We'll come back to it.
Yeah. I delete my text sometimes, so that one doesn't work for me. I like to have a clarity, peace of mind. But I write a lot of things down, not just on the computer, but handwritten. It's just different. And I don't know. I mean, like when a good idea comes, I think it's disrespectful to creativity and towards the infinite to not write it down, because a lot of thoughts come and go and you can't be obsessive and keep track of each one. But when a good one comes,
Gotta make sure.
how are you not going to write it down and at least spend an hour on it before you pass it on and just keep moving with your life? Some of these concepts were just an idea during practice that I literally jogged into the dugout to write down. I think it's disrespectful towards the entity of creativity if you don't sometimes stop and write one down. So I would say that's part of my creative process is I'm anally organized. But that's kind of funny because creative people aren't typically all that
No.
organized.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm like, you get an idea, but then you get another one. All of a sudden, you're like, damn, how did it
Right,
come up
and
here?
sometimes in that regard, I'm not the most organized. I'll work on
But
3
you-
projects I'm trying to develop at once, 2 films and a show. But I'd say the question that the answer that intuitively comes straight to mind is respecting the ideas when they come. They don't all work out. It's obviously more about execution than the idea itself. But
Taking action.
I would say the first action towards an idea is keeping track of it. Otherwise, it's just another idea that came and gone. And at the end of the day, ideas are cheap. Execution is everything. But having that said, I feel like this is one of those questions you could have asked me in advance.
Well,
And
the
I would have
thing is-
given
No,
you a
but that's
better
the thing.
answer.
we do have a lot of creators that come on here.
Yeah.
And we like to hit them with that question because it does make you think like, oh, how did
You're right. I do it.
how did
Here's
I do
another
that?
good
And
part of that
It's always
answer.
amazing when you start to figure it out right here and then.
Here's another good aspect of that answer. I'm a nighttime worker. So
Okay.
from
Oh,
like
okay.
10 p.m. to 4 a.m., I get most of my work done.
I will follow you on that because I'll go throughout my whole day with work. Nothing comes. I get off of work. 7 p.m. comes and I got my journal. You said you like to, write down a lot, with actual, pen and paper. How powerful is writing your ideas, your thoughts down in a journal, opposed to just, putting them away on your phone or just not even writing them down?
I'm a huge believer that whatever works for you works, and there's no one way to do anything. There's certain ways that's like, this is how we do it, and this is how you don't do it, right? There's cardinal rules and
Definitely.
unspoken rules, right? While we're on the topic of Tatis and everything. But having that said, I don't really ever agree with the teacher that says, this is the way I teach it, this is the only way to do it, and all the other ways are wrong. I think when you get teachers like that, you should run. I don't think I would have any type of creative career if I wasn't able to write everything down, keep track of it, develop it, If it's not important enough to you to withstand being put on paper and then remembering to transfer it onto the computer and then create that first PDF that everything builds from there, then either you weren't passionate enough about the idea or you didn't care or it wasn't a good enough idea.
Straight up. I mean, it is what it is.
So for me, I'll pull the car over to write down an idea when it comes and it feels right and it's like, this is something I want to develop or pursue. Pull your ass over and write it down.
Now, what do you have to say to the people that are, have that fear of rejection? You have a great idea, and you want to put it on paper or put it into video form, but you're just scared that, hey, I'm going to get rejected. What do you have to say to those people? Because there are some great
Look,
ideas.
Hey, rejection's you just got to deal with
I
it.
I would
look at
say
all
you need
these.
I would say you need to find a way to have thicker skin and not take things personally. But having that said, I'm a baseball player. If you fail 7 out of 10 times, you're considered a superstar.
Yep.
Now I retired from that and I'm an actor. If you fail 90 out of 100 auditions, you're booking 10 out of 100 auditions. That's a rock star year as an actor.
Right.
So my whole life has been failure after failure after failure after failure after failure.
But I guess that goes back to the, just it's your point of view, right? So, I mean, if you got 10, I got 10 out of the 90. I missed 90. Shit, you're not even thinking about the 90. You're thinking about the 10 that you did get.
Right.
Right? So I think it's also what you focus on expands. I mean, if you're going to...
Okay, let me rephrase my answer. Let me rephrase the answer. If I were you and I was afraid of rejection, then I would say you're also afraid of success because success doesn't come without rejection. So the more you fail and get rejected, the more you'll eventually succeed because you're not going to always fail. At some point, one of those failures will turn into a win or a home run or a booking for a role. So
Exactly.
I don't know. I mean, I auditioned last year almost 100 times, and I didn't book one of those.
Yeah, because, every 10 at-bats you take 2 or 3. If you get a hit 2 or 3 out of 10, you're considered a superstar, like you said. And then what do you think is the equivalent when it comes to someone in Hollywood? What's the rate there? Like 1 out of every 10?
I don't know about Hollywood, but as an actor, there's a ton of parallels between actor and ball player. What it takes to be successful: repetition, consistency, thick skin, short-term memory with failure,
Yeah.
capability to accept rejection and being told no. All the best players have gone cut, man. I don't need to tell you the Michael Jordan story of him not even making his freaking high school team. So, yeah, if your issue is failure, I think you just need a shift in perspective. And the more you fail, the more you're going to succeed. But let me succeed a few more times before I give anyone any life advice on success. Let me get this show sold and picked up and
let's bring it back to On Deck, bro. All right, so you have some pretty big names that played ball. How did you get in contact with them? How did you bring everyone together and say, hey, this is my idea. Do you want in? Do you see yourself being part of this? And how did everyone just come together to make this happen?
Right from the topic of failure, bro. For every player that was down to be a part of On Deck, 6 of them told me no. That's a lot of players that responded, bro. I was surprised most of these guys even got back to me.
And Adam Jones said something where he was like, well, people only see us, while we're training, while we're playing ball, but they don't know that we have a life outside of baseball, that we have interests, that we're also regular people. So, for him, it was amazing to do something outside of baseball. So how did it feel to be able to provide that for, people that are only always one way?
AJ's digging it, bro. He's getting more and more invested in the show.
He liked it. He's all like, oh, I see myself doing this. And then I honestly didn't know that he went to Morris High School here in San Diego. I was like, whoa.
Jones San Diego boy, yeah.
I was like, oh, cool.
San Diego legend, bro.
Yeah, no.
Also right now in the year where Trevor Bauer has his momentum vlogs,
Yep.
You have other people trying to get into the show the other aspect of of the baseball player. This obviously is a breath of fresh air when it comes to seeing new things. How is it really like coming up through the system?
Yeah, well, that was part of the goal when I created the show, bro. I've said this in other interviews, and I say it again because it's just such an accurate line. I did not create this as a producer thinking, what'll sell? I made this as a baseball fan and a sports fan thinking, I want to watch this. What is there to watch? What I want to watch doesn't exist. So let's go fucking make it. That's just kind of what it came down to. So as far as getting in touch with those players, a lot of them happened all on the same day. We were at the winter meetings.
Okay.
December 10th through the 13th, downtown San Diego, 2019. And I just realized this is an opportunity to go make this for real, not just talk about it. So I flew out the lead actor, hired the cinematographer, and we just went to get B-roll and just get footage of the venue. And then we'll go in later and act. And we'll make it work, and we'll cut the shots around to work as if we were here that day. I went home that day with scenes with Scott Boras, Harold Reynolds, Adam Jones, Jenny Finch, and more. And it was just like, boom. And now we got something to show the baseball
I want
world.
people to know the power of that.
The sports world, not just the baseball.
Not even, like, the power of you taking action, not with the plan, just with the intention that, hey, I'm going to go here, I'm going to get this, and whatever else happens, we'll figure it out. And I feel that's a big component that sometimes people hold themselves back when they're like trying to plan it too much, trying to like think about how it's going to come out perfect, when in reality you just need to go and take action and you'll figure it out along the path. Picking it up again, bro. So you've been to different countries, bro, right? And came back to San Diego. How has, being in different cultures helped you have a better, perspective over how to, get along with everybody else?
That's a cool question, man. I lived in Mexico, I lived in Israel, I lived in Germany. I've been fortunate enough to bounce around and adapt some culture. I grew up speaking 3 languages first 3 years of my life. So I've always kind of had that advantage culturally.
Yeah.
With food, with social interactions, with just overall awareness. It's to me, I consider myself lucky and blessed in that regard. Can most people feasibly just pick up and go live in another country for a few months just for the sake of getting some culture? It's not really always that accessible, So baseball's taken me around the world, and I'm so fucking blessed. The way you bring it up, man, it's like, man, I wouldn't trade those experiences for the world. But yeah, in business, in just general charisma, in every aspect of life, culture is invaluable. So yeah, travel, man. If you can, go spend not just 4 days at a resort. Go spend.
Go actually see like the
somewhere.
places,
Right.
Get in there. So taking it a step further, bringing it back to baseball. Being in a team, playing with different teams, how has that helped you, have a strong team and create an On Deck?
Well, I played as a catcher for years, not always the captain of the team, but tends to be the general on the field.
Exactly.
I would say that helps with the producer mindset. You kind of see all the moving pieces running at once. Preparation for a catcher is different than most players. Mm-hmm. For sure, big time.
Yeah, I played shortstop in high school playing.
Yeah, you guys had it easy. You needed to know a couple of pick signs, and that was it.
That's it. Hey, you had to give me the pick signs.
Go field, and half the time you missed them, right?
Yep. How'd you know, bro?
What up, Logan Compel? I'm just playing. Logan didn't miss no signs. He was money. Yeah, that's a cool question, man. I would say being a catcher, being somewhat of the general on the field as a player has definitely helped with the producer mindset. And no matter who you were on the field, I learned a lot from a teammate I had named Johnny Salda about just being a leader. So, teammates like that, they can rub off on you and affect you 2 years after you played with them when you realize everything they did.
So basically, the way that you carried yourself on the field, has that translated to the way that you carry yourself with, acting, producing, and writing?
Tell you the truth, bro, no. Because as much as they're similar in what it takes to succeed with the two crafts, who I am as a player was not who I represent myself as a actor. As an actor, I'm a brand. So how I choose to represent myself as a brand looking to be hired and be a part of films and help carry these films towards the finish line and help convey these writers' words as he meant them when he wrote them when they're on screen.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, I'm very fiery. I'm passionate. I play with an edge. I live and work with an edge. I kind of need it to succeed. I need that fire and killer instinct and to feel that I'm competing. When you act, you're really just competing against yourself more than anything. But at the same time, the thought of there's 700 other guys pursuing this role that are right for it. They're in better shape. They're waking up before me. Hell yeah, that motivates the hell out of me. So as far as being disciplined and creating the right habits and schedule and grind that I'm going to consistently pursue over time and outwork people, in that regard, I'm the same guy I was on the field. I play with an edge. I live with an edge. And I do it because it helps.
Yeah.
I do it because it drives me.
No, definitely.
And again, do what works for you, right? If being the nicest person in the world
works for you, do that.
Yeah, if you're a people pleaser and
Brown
pleasing
Hauser.
people, I don't know, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna give examples. To me, it's find what works for you and do it, and find a way to be disciplined, committed. Find something you're passionate about. When the motivation and inspiration's not there, the discipline needs to be there. Consistency wins, bro. It's the people who don't quit are the last ones left. And sometimes you just need to get yourself to the end of the fourth quarter and then some crazy shit happens. You know what I mean?
As long as I make it here.
Just don't quit, right?
Yeah.
Just keep going. It's not even... I go to the gym sometimes and I leave. I'm like, fuck it. At least I got here today, bro. I didn't do shit today. That's pathetic. It's all good. But instead of drowning myself, I'm like, all right, I didn't do it. And then I let it turn into 3 days. Which clearly I have a little bit here with this quarantine. But my point is, just show up and don't quit. And over time, as I'm learning with this project, good things will happen for you.
How much is baseball a mental sport more than it is a physical sport?
I'm going to quote Yogi Berra, bro. Baseball is 90% mental and the other half physical.
Okay. So,
one of the best, one of the greatest.
Is he though? I never saw him play, bro. That's a great conversation about like the
So let's get into it, bro. Let's see.
The past greats about baseball, man. I'm tired of hearing how great some of these guys are when we know damn well they were great for their era and they would not have been good ball players now.
in our era.
But isn't that the argument for every sport? Like you look at
It really
basketball
is.
players
I don't
back
know.
in the
I don't know
80s,
basketball
can
good
they
enough, so I don't talk about it.
Yeah, okay, I see that.
I don't know the NFL good. I know Flutie, Rivers.
Breeze.
We should not have traded Breeze, Gates, LT. That's about it,
They
bro.
traded Breeze, but we got Rivers out of it.
Bro, and that fullback,
I like Rivers, but I like
that
Breeze
you
more.
need, Lorenzo Neal, bro. Don't forget about him.
The fullback.
Yeah, fullback.
Were we just talking about that before?
I like Lorenzo Neal, Mike Tolbert. I miss the Chargers. You want to know when I said I dismissed the Chargers?
When?
I was cool with them up until about 6 months ago.
Oh, so it was a recent downfall, bro.
Yeah, I was cool with the Chargers, bro. Everyone was pissed off at them, right? Everyone hated them. Everyone was pissed off at them. I wasn't. It was business. I get it. I'm not going to dismiss a childhood of happy memories right there in Qualcomm over a couple of greedy owners choosing to go to LA. But what set it over for me was when the Padres met up with the Dodgers in the playoffs last year,
Yep.
and the Chargers had the audacity to find the two.
Oh, bro, don't even get me there.
The only two photos on the freaking internet of Dodgers wearing Chargers gear or
Bring it back to
Chargers wearing
LA.
Dodger gear, and like, go Dodgers, bring it back
Back
to
to
LA.
LA.
No, nobody even knows y'all are in LA yet. Chill.
They're like,
And you guys are
Chargers.
really gonna blow off the Padres after sharing a stadium with them for the last 40 years? To me, that was the least classiest part of the whole way the Chargers left.
My brother did the same thing. After that tweet, he decided not to.
Yeah, that's when I was done. And I was so
Arguments
happy to
and-
see them get their asses whooped all year. I think they're going to be good. But it's like when the Chargers win a Super Bowl, I won't care anymore.
Justin Herbert.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
know who else won't care? LA.
No, they won't care.
Chargers will never be LA's team, no matter how
Ninth
good
most
you guys
popular
do
sport.
and no matter how many bandwagon fans you pick up.
Exactly.
So, talk about the experience of working with Tatis. You know,
No, I'm just playing. Go ahead.
No, never mind, bro. I'm over that question. No, forget it, bro. I really don't want to know anymore.
No. Go ahead.
No. Nah, so talk about, what it was.
Always wanted to do that. Like,
yeah.
Talk about.
All right, bro. Hey, well, good thing.
Marshawn Lynch.
Cut it. No, so how was it, working with one of the most electrifying, most, talked about sports names in the game?
Well, at the time, he wasn't. So that's the cool part, bro.
Exactly.
We shot the scenes with Fernando, and since then, he's gone on to have an MVP caliber season that included the drama in Texas, which led to endorsements with Gatorade and Adidas about the young star changing the game.
That's cool.
He's been called the Topps number one baseball card. Cover of Sports Illustrated, ESPN, and the new MLB video game. 14-year, $340 million extension. Like,
the list goes on.
what has this dude not accomplished?
At such
Other
a
than
young
a World
age.
Series title, which is coming. Other than that, what has this dude not done? Just since we shot the scenes. So I knew it was coming, bro. I knew what Fernando was beforehand. But at the time, he was, just a solid rookie with some swag.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the face of the game. We got to get him. So he was down. I reached out. I tried to get in touch through some middlemen. Didn't work out. And so I just said, man, let me just approach this guy. I sent an audio recording with some character, some flavor, some charisma, some personality. I let him hear my passion about the show and just said, fuck it. I'd rather have this dude tell me, no, I'm not down, and then I'll try to go get Javi Baez or whatever.
but off that momentum.
I'm either getting him in the show or I'm getting him to tell me, no, thanks, bro, I can't do it. Sounds cool. Whatever.
But either way, you didn't give up and you went after it.
Yes, sir. And, there was even a middleman that wanted a couple grand to make the intro, to be a producer, like just all kinds of weirdo shit. And I was just like, man, I think we have some things in common. I'm just going to approach him and see what happens. And he got back to me like, OG, I'm listening. That's all he said. So I shot him all the info, and he was down. We shot it. He showed up. He killed it. Solid, smooth actor, bro. And that's it, bro. He was cool, likable. We bonded over me being from Israel, and we both believe in God, and that was a cool bonding point, and that's about it, bro. He's a homie now. And now he's in town for life, bro. San Diego's got his back for life. He's a local legend already.
It goes back to that, that we're all people. We all have interests, and just
right, and that's the irony. That's what we connected on. Exactly. Was it had nothing to do with baseball. It had nothing to do with film and TV.
It's like we're two good people. We just relate on stuff.
That was
Bam,
the cool part.
Let's be friends. That's beautiful. I think that's amazing, bro.
Without spoiling too much, what was his role in the?
He's playing himself. He plays himself. He makes a cameo as Fernando. He has a business meeting with the two main characters on a yacht in San Diego.
Nice.
And he's in 3 episodes. That's about all I can say.
That's all. The rest of you guys are gonna have to watch and find out.
You did name drop some people from the winter meeting. Who was the most? Who was the person that you were a little bit more nervous to talk to when it came to asking them?
I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. I wasn't nervous to talk to any of them. I talked to 200 people.
Good for you, brother.
Not even Scott Boras?
Good for you.
Who?
Scott Boras.
I had a little bit of adrenaline with Scotty, but I think that was the one that I was craziest that he was down to do it, man.
Yeah,
he knew like SAG-AFTRA, he knew how all that worked, and it was funny, bro. I think I have a video clip of this, but I told Scott, I said, if he does well in this, I'll see about getting him another audition in case his agency career doesn't work out.
Oh!
I may or may not have footage of that, but if I do, I'll look for it for you.
Because that's a big name right there.
Yeah, I know, right?
I was like,
Here's the funny part. We got home that day. I checked MLB trade rumors, and Scott Boras has signed 4 players for a total of $1.1 billion in total contracts that day. So, like, the day he signed all that, he did the scene with us. The day Adam Jones signed his $14 million deal with the team in Japan, the Oryx Buffalo, I believe. Okay. It was like moments after he signed that contract. He was in the elevator going back to his room, and we bumped into him. Like,
hey,
AJ,
do you wanna?
Yeah, I was like, you ever seen Ballers, bro? He's like, hell yeah, I love that show. I'm like, I'm making the baseball version. Do you want to do a cameo right now, real quick? Like, no worries. If not, it'll take 2 minutes. And he's like, yeah, hell yeah, I'm down. Just like that.
And I love that determination that you talk, when you speak, bro. It's like nothing's impossible unless you make it impossible, bro. It's like anything's able to be done unless you hold yourself back. And what would you say holds you back?
I'm going to be honest with you.
Please do.
I'm extremely blessed and driven, and I'm blessed to not have anything holding me back. I'm not getting in my own way. I'm still chasing this every day. I'm going to, there's no scenario where this show doesn't get completed. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
You already see it done.
It's that fucking simple.
Fuck yeah.
The show gets made, You know, I love 50 Cent, even though, you know, you can say what you want about him, but that whole, I'm going to get rich or I'm going to die trying. Maybe getting rich wasn't the best goal, but I get why he came from that. But I'm going to get this show made or die trying. Like, it's just that simple. The show's getting made. I got 6 other movies I want to get to after this. You know, I'm like excited to get this show made at this point. The first episode is called September Call-Ups. And the goal is to, whether, you know, Netflix or whomever acquires it, or I put it out independently, or we find distribution and produce it independently, however it ends up happening.
If there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, and I want the show to come out September 1st, you know, because it's the same time it's taking place in the episode, so why not? But if not, you know, early next season. It doesn't matter to me. It's just...
It's going to happen one way or another.
With gratitude towards the universe and the industry, there's no fucking way this show doesn't get made. You fucking said
it. Gratitude to the fucking universe,
That's all it is.
First God, bro, anything's possible.
There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff right now when it comes to On Deck, obviously. Like, what's the process like right now, or when do you, as far as getting someone to stream the series?
Well, that's kind of been the coolest part of this process, has been learning the ins and outs of how to professionally pitch a show in the industry that I'm going to be in for the rest of my life. And, you know, it's kind of similar with films, a little bit different, but I just expressed how certain I am. Just, you know, I'm grateful, but I'm positive this is coming to life and happening. Despite that, if there were a scenario where the show didn't happen, everything I've learned about the process is so valuable.
Oh, for sure.
For the rest of my life and career in this industry. So that's a win-win. But so now that I know the process, one of the main things you want to have when you go into these meetings, and something you need sometimes to even get these meetings, is a proof of concept, a sizzle. It's a short, you know, it can be from 1 to several minutes long. The shorter the better, in my opinion. And it's, you know, it's clips from the show. It's you show the proof of your concept. You show a little sizzle. And then it's like 2 minutes from the show. So it could just be it's one of the great scenes from the show. The way I'm choosing to do my proof of concept is the season 1 trailer.
Right.
So I've been able to shoot all the best scenes from season 1, and we're compiling that into a 60-second to 120-second trailer / sizzle. So that's the process right now. And then you want to go in with a strong pilot episode script at the very least, and then a treatment for the whole season and the project, which is kind of our pitch deck, which shows the episode breakdowns, the season 1 synopsis, the season 2 synopsis. A friend and mentor and fellow producer, Nelson Diaz, has been helping me and guiding me through the process, and he's, like many other people involved with the project, has already successfully sold a show to a streaming service. So behind the scenes right now we're finishing a few last scenes that we need for that season 1 proof of concept that we're using to pitch the networks and streaming services with. And that's it, just getting meetings, you know. I'm looking to get in touch with Hulu, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Showtime, and CW. Nice. And if everyone passes on it, I'm going to just, fundraise. I won't get into the amount right now. It's probably less than people would imagine. You know, I've been putting my Jewish producer hat on and kicking ass, bro. I'm from Israel. I'm allowed to say that.
Yeah, no, that's why I left. I'm like, bro, own it.
But, truly, it's been an amazing process. And say what you want about Hollywood. It's been a fun ride, and I've had good people on my side so far.
There's been a lot of good baseball movies. What are some of your top 5?
There's also been a lot of shitty baseball productions, and that's my problem.
What's your top 5?
I'd rather talk about my least favorite. No, I'm just kidding.
Movies or series?
Top 5. I don't have any favorite baseball shows. I've never seen a baseball show that I thought was... I don't think I've ever seen a baseball show at all. Somebody just told me about something called The Franchise. Eastbound and Down's funny, but it's not like authentic to the game, right? Sugar is a top 5 baseball movie. A lot of people haven't seen that one. Just from sentimental value, it's not the best, but just because I grew up with it. Rookie of the Year. As annoying as I find several characters I won't get into, Bill Durham's pretty good. And I'm blanking on number 2 at the moment, but number 1 is Moneyball. Al Sorkin, Brad Pitt.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, that one.
Moneyball, in my opinion, is the best made baseball movie. And then $1 Million Arm with John Hamm by Disney was freaking great, too. Sleeper baseball movie that a lot of people forget about. And A League of Their Own was really good.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, you kind of threw me. I was like,
she just passed away, but I went back and watched it again. That was one of the 12 movies I had to rewatch when I lived in Israel. I didn't have any internet. So it was like
that was on repeat
with Adam Sandler, A League of Their Own. I had a few other DVDs, but that's one that I've seen 50 times, maybe 100 times.
So I've noticed this theme of 25 everywhere. What does the number 25 mean for you?
honestly, man, I just grew up. And all the best players that I love the most, Tomey, Bonds, McGuire, all the boppers wore 2.5. I was a little chubby kid.
Ooh,
I hit
okay,
bombs.
okay.
So just 2.5 landed, and then and it stuck. And then you talk about synchronicities and winks from the universe. I started seeing 2.5 in places right before really good things in my life would happen. So
I could rebuttal on that one. See, for me, I see 333. And that number, every time I have a thought.
You're a Freemason, bro. You're a Freemason.
Shit, hey, it is what it is, bro. The universe chose me. Nah, but like for me, like you, I see the 25 on your chain. For me, I mean, my thing is the bolt. That represents who I am, what I'm all about, and it just really symbolizes the fact that I'm just like
Yeah, it sucks the Chargers left on
full
you,
energy,
that one, huh?
and that's exactly why, bro. I wanted to give the city back that bolt, bro, that sense of fucking energy, and let them know that, like, hey, I mean, besides it was a great branding piece.
It's dope, but let me tell you who brought that bolt back. Oh, look at that. I didn't see that the second N was the bolt.
Is a bolt.
I think the city's rejuvenated, bro. San Diego's officially lit and energized right now. The torch is lit.
Yeah.
The Tatis thing.
Definitely,
Fernando. Bro. I mean, it's all of them, bro. Haas.
It goes all
Manny,
together.
Like, the pod, this is the dopest Padre team by far ever. No disrespect to any of the greats.
No,
but
not at all. But it's like
the Tatis
people are
thing right
excited.
now,
Yeah.
Fernando Tatis Jr. has, I think, single-handedly electrified San Diego. Even people who aren't even diehard baseball fans right now.
I think
there's an energy right now. I'm talking to getting into conversations with strangers.
Oh, well, I mean,
at the
look at me, bro.
grocery
I'm
store.
fucking getting goosebumps just speaking about it.
It's gonna be a
I know
fun few
so
years,
many
bro.
People that never watched the game and now they're a Padre fan.
And I'm pissed for all the
Yes,
younger
yes.
generation that's growing up with this Padres team, because they're not gonna have to go through what we've been through and what we felt, and they're just gonna get
Trust me, we won't let them not know it.
Oh no, they're gonna hear it, but it's just
My
it's
nephew's 5
nice.
years old and he plays baseball and he puts
I
his
welcome.
socks up just the way Tatis. He wants to grow out his hair like that. He wants to do all these things just like Tatis. And I'm like, that's awesome. Like, yeah, now for the next 14 years you're gonna be doing this. Like, I'm trying to. Look
You
for
see how
more.
many kids dressed up as Fernando for Halloween? It's crazy.
That's awesome.
I think he's just switching the face of the game. It's just
Yeah,
gonna be
he is.
ridiculous to
He
see
is. At this point, he really
the
is.
next wave of players that come in. It's all gonna be with his blueprint. I feel like so. Before we get into my favorite part of the podcast, is called the energy round, which is a segment of questions where I haven't listened to them, you haven't listened to them, and only Marcos has had the opportunity to come up with. Is there anything you want to share, about On Deck, about yourself, about anything that we like to call your energy? Anything you want to share?
Something you call my energy.
Yep, which is basically like what you
it for
got
what it
inside. It's that mindset that allows you to do whatever you want. Once
You guys
tap
know
in.
Tony Robbins?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
My dad worked for him when I was a little kid for 4 years, so I grew up with all the Tony stuff. Tony had this power move that he does.
You use that for coaching, right?
He uses it for coaching, uses it when he does his big events. And he starts the event, he does his big power move, he winds up his arm. I say sometimes you just got to literally let out the energy. Sometimes you just got to go to the beach and scream into the ocean. Or you know what I love is the P. Diddy video where he's flipping his desk across. I'm a savage! I want it, I get it, I have it! I love that energy. Sometimes, I say keep the ego at home. Don't let it outside of the house. But sometimes you need to have a little...
I guess confidence. There's a difference between cockiness and confidence. When you're confident in knowing that you can do something, if you say it and you do it, hey, that's just you owning up to the fact that you can do it. Now, if you're talking about it with the way it's kind of like,
you don't know you can do it, not only will nobody else believe you can do it,
you
but
have to believe in
won't do
yourself
it.
first before
Right.
anybody could believe in you. And that's facts.
I would say my energy advice is you owe it to yourself. So if you want it, go do it. If not, shut the fuck up.
Nobody's going to grab your hand and tell you, let's go, besides
That's a clip
yourself.
Right there. I love that.
I'm so tired of hearing of people talking about doing stuff, man. Just
And they
do
don't
it
do
or
it.
don't do it, bro.
Yep.
Just stop talking.
You know
about
what? Question.
it. Hey, you know what? I want to make that my answer, bro.
There you go. Switch it up.
Here's my advice of your energy. You owe it to yourself to shut the fuck up. All right? Just wait and let your work talk for you.
There we go.
That's it.
Okay?
That's
there.
going to speak
I'll
louder than
stop
words.
talking. I'm just saying too many people talk too much about shit that just let it talk for you. Accomplish it and do it.
I appreciate that, bro. Raw as fuck.
The wannabeism is at an all-time high.
Oh, all over the place.
God bless them all.
Yeah. All right, bro. Let's get
You
into
can cut out the whole last 5 minutes, right?
No. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the lightning round. Question number 1.
Oh yeah, here we go.
How many times has Team Israel played in the Little League World Series in Williamsport? A, once. B, 0. C, 5. And D, 3.
B, 0.
Fact check. Can I get a fact check? Correct.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding. All right, ladies and gentlemen, moving on to question number 2. Name one player who has been on the roster for both Team Israel and the San Diego Padres.
Oh, that's a great one.
Yeah,
Oh, that was a good one.
I had to do research on that one.
Dude, I looked at it. I was
Wow.
surprised who it was. I'm surprised who it. I'm not going to show him.
One of them makes sense. One of them is very active on social media.
There's 2 of them?
Yeah, there's
two
definitely
from
2.
what I found.
But one.
But you
will
just
work.
want one.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
one.
And one of
But
them,
there's 2.
Okay, there's 2. Then hold on. I want to give you both of them.
if you want a hint, I can give you.
No, I don't need it. It's supposed to be lightning round. How much time I got?
No, you're fine. Now it's just like fucking.
Okay, before I give my answer, was it one of them Sheriff, the lefty pitcher? I don't think he was a Padre. No, I know one's Cody Decker. I just
There
don't
we
know
go.
who the other
Yeah,
one is.
that's
But you
one.
only asked for one, so I-
So it's kind of a
Who
trick
is the other
question.
one?
Ian Kinsler. He's gonna be.
he
on
hasn't
the-
played for
he
Team
hasn't
Israel
played
yet.
for-
I don't
he's on
accept
the
that as an
roster.
answer.
Okay.
But he's
hey, hey.
rostered.
Padres in 5?
Yes.
Limbo, Mimbo, Timbo. I don't care. Padres in 5. I'll take it.
And not only that, I'm gonna call it. It's gonna be a 2-2 count,
Oh gosh.
and Machado's gonna turn on a Dustin May 2-seamer inside, over the fence in left field, and they're gonna win by 1 run.
Hey,
And
we're gonna,
we'll have Hader by then to shut it down.
hey, we're gonna have to come.
We'll have
Hey, we'll run it back when this happens, bro, and we'll replay this clip.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be
Wait,
insane.
No, I'm predicting a 2-run shot off Dustin May in the 7th to win it in Game 5.
Do you know who Judd is?
Who?
Judd on Twitter. Judd 5267.
Padre fan?
It's supposedly.
I don't have Twitter. I actually
Supposedly
have.
it's Chris Paddy's burner account. 'Cause so he was always like defending Chris Paddy. He's like, man, Chris isn't.
But with like high baseball IQ
Yes,
comments,
exactly.
yeah.
And, like last year, everyone's like, dude, is this Chris Paddock? And because he knew things.
That's
before-
really funny. That's hilarious.
So, like,
So he
you-
built credibility by
Yeah.
predicting shit.
Yeah.
So Chris actually.
Chris will
start.
spot start Tuesday in place of.
That's exactly the thing that happened where he had the spot start. And
Is that
they were
real?
like, yeah, that's
Yeah,
real. And they
bro.
were like, dude, this is Chris Paddock or his brother. So
I'll
now
ask him
everyone-
about it. Either way, it's hilarious.
Everyone's
Good for
always
them.
like-
I would do it too. Why not?
And they even asked all the reporters.
Is he
like Dennis
funny with
Lin.
it or is he a dick
Dude,
about it?
He's just
A little bit of
a
both?
little bit of both. And they asked Dennis Lin the other day. He's like, "What do you think about Judd? Do you think that's really Chris Paddock?" He goes, "Twitter is crazy, man. I don't know." And that's like, "Oh my gosh, dude, it is." You don't know, yeah. And then he's like, he tweeted the other day. He's like, I'm feeling dangerous," and it was his start that he had yesterday or the day before. Yesterday, I'm feeling dangerous. I was like, "Good luck, Chris. Good luck." It's the best burner account ever, though.
Oh God.
That's
All
a
right,
comedy.
moving on to question number 4. What would you do on Mars for fun?
Fucking try to survive, bro. I don't know.
There it
I
is,
don't, I
bro,
don't
for
know what
fun.
options I
I
have
know,
on Mars.
right?
Do I get to bring stuff with me? Am I creating shit there? Do I have resources? Do I have Martian resources? You know,
It's up to you,
Does
bro.
Mars even exist? I don't know. Next question.
Next question. What is the most delightful word you can think of?
The most what?
Delightful word you can think
The
of.
most delightful word? Adore.
Okay, that's adorable. If you could.
Hey, I'll give you a good one, a free one. When you see someone wearing a fedora, you'd be like, hey, fedorable. People get a kick out of it.
Hey, bro, cut that one out, please.
You use it and get back.
Hey, but I'm
use it
gonna.
and get back to
Hey,
it.
but I'm gonna use it.
I know he will.
That's the thing. Shit.
Oh God! All right. Question number.
I'm gonna see it in 3 months. Episode 3, Fedorable Sally.
Fedorable Sally. Question number 6. If you could add a person to Mount Rushmore, who would it be and why?
It's a cool question.
It could be anyone. It doesn't have to be a president. So.
That was the first. Jokingly, that was the first
Jokingly.
name that came to mind. Then Barry Bonds came to mind. I'm a big Barry Bonds fan.
Oh, okay.
Are you a lefty or a righty?
Ambidextrous.
Batting.
I hit right-handed.
Right-handed.
I was switched when I was younger,
Uh-huh.
and just decided the hours. Just pick one.
What was your stance most like? Like who would you imitate your stance more?
Oh, I don't know. Hands were high up and the front foot was open. I don't know, Russell Branyan maybe, if that rings a bell.
Yeah.
Brian
Dude,
Giles.
man, some of these guys now are so smooth, bro. Bellinger, Hassel's like a young belly, by the way. I like the Hassel kid we have.
Oh yeah. Lindor too.
This is mostly San Diego.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Oh, big time.
Okay, Mount Rushmore.
Coming back, I was like, oh shit, I was ready to go into the next one.
AJ Stannis, not AJ Psych.
Thanos. No, I'm just playing. Man, it would be fun to see like all of society's answers and see who got the most.
We're in a poll.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with JFK, bro.
Okay.
He was a good dude. He was the people's dude. You know.
Question number 8. Who upset you last? The person that asked that last question?
This one producer had some stupid shit to say about my show recently. And it's like, he hasn't sold anything. So I was like, who are you to even give me this unsolicited advice?
Who the fuck is this guy, huh?
All right, I'm going to try to pick up the pace for you here. Here we go. Speed.
All right,
Lightning
ready?
round.
And now
Bolt
we're going
round.
to go to the light round. Jesus Christ. All right. Question number 9. What will you never do?
What will I never do? Paid $300-$400 for a pair of shoes.
Ooh.
Ever.
But will you pay 200?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally bought a pair of shoes for $200 yesterday.
Yeah,
It's
there
actually
it is.
the first pair of shoes I bought in a
Cool.
long
What shoes you
time.
get?
Insert image here.
Yeah.
I'll send you the picture. Those ones.
Oh, dude, those are fire. How old were you when you had the worst haircut ever, and what was it?
Remember when Slim Shady was big?
Please stand up.
Uh-oh.
Please stand up.
I thought it'd be cool to be the shortstop with blonde hair.
Oh, God.
I was like 8, 9, 10.
I was
Maybe.
about 5. Cool. Do you have any pictures? Insert picture
Actually,
here.
no, I've looked for that, and there are none. No.
All right. Moving on to the next question. How many keys do you have on your key ring?
4.
What is your favorite movie quote?
What? No. What is your favorite movie quote?
Yeah, that's what I said. What is your favorite movie
Oh,
quote?
okay.
I was gonna say music, which is actually kind of works out as well too.
Do movie. I got the answer. Go ahead.
What is your favorite movie quote?
The Brad Pitt one from Moneyball. The way he says it's hard not to be romantic about baseball. That whole scene. Love it. Well made. Well done. Authentic to the game, which is my key focus with this show.
Makes sense. Question number 13. If you had to change your name, what would you change it to?
I've actually already had a name change before. I changed it back to Alex. My mom changed it to something else when I was younger as my middle name.
What was your middle name?
Joseph. Alex Joseph.
Alex
Bentley.
Joseph Bentley.
So I went by Yosef for a long
Yosef.
time. Yeah.
So,
That's a cool name.
So probably back to that, to be honest.
OG?
Maybe. I've gone by Bentley a lot before. It's hard to want to change the name when you've been called Bentley your whole life.
That's a solid branding piece. Question number 14. Favorite food in San Diego?
Fish tacos.
Fish
Rubios.
tacos. Rubios?
Sentimental reasons and because they're the bomb diggity. You know, the Taco Tuesday used to be $1 a taco. My brother and I almost bankrupt them, so now they're like $2 a taco.
Shit, bro.
Single-handedly.
yeah.
Question number 15. Who is the Fernando Tatis Jr. of Hollywood?
I haven't answered that one.
Who is it?
I say Tom Holland.
Tom Holland?
Yeah. Making waves, young age, didn't come out of nowhere.
Tom Holland's
but-
dope. It's a cool comparison, but I'm not feeling it. But I don't have a better answer to combat you with, so give me a second. The Tatis Jr. of Hollywood, bro.
Like everyone expected him.
All right, bro, I got one for you.
All right.
John David Washington. Denzel's kid.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
wow.
dude who just did Tenet. The dude
Yeah,
who did
yeah.
Ballers for 5 years.
Yeah.
Ricky Jarrett and killed it.
Oof. Okay.
Can't argue there. Can't
There's
argue
a
there.
bunch of others, but
Yeah.
I like him as far as
I like about the father-son perspective.
presence.
So-
Yeah, he definitely reminds you of Denzel, too.
There we
But
go.
he's doing his own thing.
All right, so
Good
we're
answer.
here at the last question. This last question is you got to repeat after me.
I got a feeling I'm not going to do this one.
No,
You got to repeat after me and fill in the blank.
All right.
Okay? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
My name is blank, and I get my energy from.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not doing
All
it.
right,
Look, he's doing
I
it.
got you. No. My name is Alex Bentley, and I get my energy from God.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 43 of the Energy Podcast with Alex Bentley. Alex, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for letting us come to your house, bro. Anything you want to say on deck, bro? Where can people look at it? What do you want to leave people off with before we sign off here?
Yeah, hopefully the show will be available very soon at a streaming service near you. And in the meantime, check us out on Instagram at On Deck Series.
And we'll make sure we put all the stuff on the on the credits and on the notes. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for the first episode of 2021 with Alex Bentley. Make sure you guys keep an eye out for his new series On Deck. And like always, if you haven't followed us on Instagram or subscribe onto YouTube, what are you doing? Go tell your friends. Go tell your family. Make sure you guys tell everybody about this energy going out. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Alex Bentley. Ooh.
They go player like Fernando Tatis, La Jolla my beach. I wrap up the piece. Real support just ain't a retweet. Girls, PP